Guys, yeah, usually the lightning during the day is not that good as it is during the evening. So my apologies. I don't have any extra lights. Just have to record like this. So welcome to the recap of round number 6. I couldn't record little introduction in the morning because was busy, and I was playing against 12-year-old kid born in 2013, rated 2031. Before the I'm already like, man, like why do I get so many young opponents? And yeah, he didn't really have any games, so it was like just guessing whatever happens. And for the third freaking time in this event, I face c5 on move 1. What's interesting, I don't remember any tournament where I would have faced e5 so many times. I would have faced Sicilian defense, but I'm okay with it. But e5, every single time. I mean, I lost the previous game with white against. Oh, I spoiled it for you, but go check it out because it's very educational. So e5, knight f3, knight c6, and now I go bishop b5 once again, Ray Lopez. Starting next tournament, I'll probably check some lines with bishop c4 because I think it's worth playing as well. And I actually looked at Zachary's video where he used Chessify, and I mean, I looked at it briefly like a couple of moments. I think Bishop C4 was one of the best engine suggestions. So yes, Bishop C4 is definitely a move that I should check out. But Bishop B5, okay, I mean, it's not a bad idea to play it. I mean, Ray Lopez, after all, it's solid, A6, Bishop A4, Knight F6, Castle, Bishop E7. Pawn goes to d3, and now pawn goes to d6. So I reached the exact same position in round number 2, and my opponent actually played b5, bishop b3, and then he played, and then I think he played d6 or castle. I think, yeah, d6 was played, and then I played a4. Maybe not. But okay, you can again go check that out. So in round number 2. So d6, c3, castle, rook e1, all book moves, bishop c2. Surprisingly, bishop c2 is a book move, even though I was out of the book at this moment, so I was like, I'm just playing chess. So knight bd2, bishop f8, knight f... My goodness, I played 11 book moves without even knowing it. So g6, knight g3, and bishop g7. And so here the typical idea is to play a4, which I think I did. And after rook b8, I thought, okay, after takes, I have at least open file. And I thought, okay, I might have slight edge. Bishop g5, h6, bishop goes to d2. So that's a little bit probably kind of bad in a way, because I honestly thought, let me put my PC on charge just in case, so it doesn't turn out. So the thing with this move is bishop g5. I want to provoke h6. The problem was that it was kind of like, to me, then it looked kind of bad because bishop g5 h6, bishop d2, knight d7. I didn't like knight d7, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly looked at something like bishop e6. I looked at, because knight d7, I wasn't sure like what's this move. I thought bishop e6, at least you control the diagonal, because then I want to potentially go bishop b3 back. So knight d7, I was surprised. Queen c1, attacking the pawn h6, king h7, and now I go h3, just a little prophylaxis. And one of my plans was to go knight h2 and then push f4. And I was like, okay, if I'm ready to do it, then it might be tough to stop. So knight c5 again. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought it's not the best move. Bishop f3 is a mistake, and now knight e6. And I always thought of b4, and b4 is actually best, but I just didn't know the exact plan. Here I also thought of rook d1, but then I didn't like d5, and I was like, what I'm supposed to do? Apparently d4. That's what I calculated. What I thought here is this, and then I thought d takes e4. Bishop e4. Wait, what happens? Knight d4? That's exactly what I calculated. Knight d4. Oh, I completely missed queen c5 in my calculation. Because I thought, how can I potentially attack? I mean, c5 at some point will be threatening. Yeah, queen c5 is actually... Yeah, I missed it. I looked a lot at Rook D1 and I was like, okay, my idea is to basically stop D5 from happening, and I just didn't see that I had this Queen C5 in the end of the line. I played Bishop B3 instead, just to not let him go D5. Queen F6, Bishop goes to D5, attacking the knight, and Bishop D7, I go Rook A6 once again, attacking the knight. And what I liked about this position is that his Queen on F6, is a little bit trapped. Let's say there is some line, let's say Bishop E6, and now Bishop E6 just loses the game because I have Knight G5. And now if, let's say King H8, I can take and then take on H6. And if H6 G5, Bishop G5, the Queen is trapped. So there were definitely things to blind. Of course, Bishop E6, take play F takes E6 or Queen E6, doesn't really matter. But just to show you why Queen might be vulnerable. So Knight E7, I go back Bishop E3 very quickly. Rook E8 takes, and now D4, I finally strike in the center. So Knight F4 is an accuracy which I used perfectly because I actually saw that Knight F4 might potentially happen. And I immediately saw the refutation because after Bishop F4, so he didn't want to play Queen F4 because obviously I can just take, and then go Knight to2, attacking the pawn on F4. And now the best move is probably to play G5, but then I take the pawn on F7, Rook A2. Rook A2 is never possible just because Bishop controls this. So it's a bit hard to attack my B2 pawn. Otherwise, there is no counterplay for Black. But after e takes f4, which he played in the game, what happened is there is a 5. And the pawn on f4 is lost, and now it's all over. Takes, queen f4. Nevertheless, I gave my opponent a lot of chances. So bishop e6, I take. So now if f takes e6, I mean queen f7, and black can simply resign. So queen e6, and now I messed up. So I first wanted to play knight e4. But then I was like, okay, he goes simply king h8. Knight d5 actually loses immediately due to knight g5. And then what happens is knight g5, let's say king h8, I take knight f4, and I'm up to pawns. Knight comes back to d3. It's an easy win. So I played knight d4, king c4 is 6. 6 is a mistake because black could play f5, and then I would probably be scared to play because I had no time. And f5, yeah, I just missed it. I'm not gonna lie, I missed it. There was knight h5 though, with the idea to chase the bishop down. The point is g takes h5. There is queen f4, attacking the rook and attacking the king. So, and if bishop f8, I mean, now probably, queen f3. And then queen a2, knight f6, and probably 6 is gonna follow next. Yes, exactly 6. And it's just terrible. So instead, I played the 6, but I was lucky he played f takes e6, which was a decisive blunder. I played queen f7, knight d5, knight e6, threatening checkmate on g7, has to play rook g8, and now rook e4. Knight e4 was a little bit more precise, but I'll show you my idea behind rook e4. So the idea was to play rook h4 here, which is actually the best move, but I didn't play it. So the point is now, if let's say, so what I was calculating, of course, knight f6, but let's say random move, there is knight g5, king h8, rook h6, bishop h6, queen h7, checkmate. So, but after knight f6, what I couldn't find is, let's say, rook h4. Oh, my Uber order is arriving. So knight f6. There's apparently knight g5, king h8, and queen g6, and I'm still winning due to rook h6 run, and it's just very, very bad. So, what was happening is queen c6. I play rook d4. Once again, bishop cannot take. I'm attacking the knight, and after knight f6, rook d8. What I missed, I'm being honest with you, I missed that there is queen e6, but I'm still winning though. Rook d8, king b3. I was very long time, so just please, my apologies for the passive moves, but I was like, man, I shouldn't blunder anything. So knight d5, g3, b4, king g2, takes, and now knight c3. So now, if knight c3, I think it's just a draw after rook c5. I wouldn't have won it, but and if queen c3, rook e2. And once again, I mean, I don't think I'll be able to win this. I calculated this. I was like, I'm not gonna win this one. I mean, it's probably fortress. So, and I kind of knew inside my head that I should keep the knight on the board. And after knight f3, I play, of course, knight f4 because I gotta attack knight f4. I go f3, and the thing is, if knight now goes somewhere, king g6, king h8, knight e6. And now knight f5 takes. I took the pawn. I go queen 6 attacking the pawn, and now I just start pushing my pawns on the king side, and knight f4, king f3. Now, if let's say knight hd, there is king g6, king f8, queen h6, and I win the knight and win the game. He played knight e2, threatened fork. Of course, if I push, there is a fork, but of course, I would never blunder that. I played simple queen c4, just to be simple. King f6, and now queen e2. And just like that, win opponent game, just not stalemating, and that's about it. Like, I gotta win. King f4, g5, and it's a win. So, after 6 rounds of play, I have 3 points out of 6 back-to-back wins. Yeah, I mean, it's getting better. Finally, I'm getting wins. I'm outplaying my opponents. So, yeah, I have 1 more round today in the evening, and then 2 more rounds to conclude on Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know again any questions you might have, and I'll see you in the recap of round number 7. Enjoy. Bye bye.